Long ago, in the quiet village of Mbale, there was a river that shimmered like silver under the sun. It flowed gently through the trees, singing soft songs that only children could hear. Every child born in Mbale was taken to this river to be named. The elders would dip the baby into the water, and the river would whisper a name into the wind. But one day, something changed. Children who were baptized in the river started forgetting their names. At first, the villagers thought it was a mistake. Maybe the children were just too young. But as the years passed, those children never remembered who they were. They would answer to anything: boy, girl, you, but their real names were gone. The village grew silent. Parents wept in the night. The elders were afraid, but they didn't stop. They kept taking the babies to the river, hoping things would return to normal. But they never did. In this village lived a curious 12-year-old girl named Adia. She had been born during the first year the river began stealing names. Like the others, she did not know her real name. But unlike the others, she cared so deeply. She had questions no one wanted to answer. "Why do we still go to the river?" she asked the village chief one day. "Because it is a tradition," the chief replied, his voice heavy with fear. Adia frowned. What if the river is sick? The chief turned away. Adia didn't stop asking. One day, she stood in front of the river alone. The water danced like always, peaceful and quiet. "I want to know my name," she whispered. The wind blew, but the river gave no answer. That night, Adia had a dream. A soft voice called to her from beneath the river. It sounded like a song, but not a happy one. It was a sorrowful cry, a whisper of forgotten things. When she woke up, she knew what she had to do. She would dive into the river and find her name. The next morning, before sunrise, Adia wrapped a string of cowrie shells around her wrists and walked to the river. No one saw her leave. The village slept while the river sang its secrets. She stood at the edge of the water and took a deep breath. "I'm coming," she said. Then she jumped in. The water was colder than she expected. It pulled her down, 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 deeper than any river should go. But Adia did not struggle. She opened her eyes and saw something incredible. She was no longer in water. She was standing in a place that looked like the sky had been turned upside down. Bright stars floated around her like fish, and voices echoed through the air. Names, thousands of names, whispers of children long forgotten. "Where am I?" Adia asked. A figure appeared in front of her. It was a tall woman with skin as clear as water and eyes like moonlight. "I am the river," the woman said, "and you're not supposed to be here." "Why did you take our names?" Adia asked. The river sighed. "Because I made a deal." "What kind of deal?" Adia asked. The river looked sad and said, "Many years ago, Death came to me. He said he was hungry. He wanted the names of the children, for names are power. He promised if I gave him the names, no child from Mbale would die." Adia's heart beat fast and asked, "So that is why no child had died in 12 years? The river nodded. But it came with a price. Without their names, the children had no identity, no voice, no history. They are alive, but not fully awake. Adia clenched her fists. That is not living, she said. No, said the river, it is not. Adia stepped closer. I want my name back. You are brave, the river said, but you must do something first. What? Adia asked. Go into the room of names, the river said. You must find yours, but if you touch the wrong name, you will be trapped here forever. The river pointed to a glowing doorway in distance. Adia nodded and walked towards it. Inside the room of names, thousands of golden lights floated in the air. Each one pulsed gently, like a heartbeat. Each one was a name. Adia listened carefully. Some names buzzed loudly, some whispered, some cried. But one name hummed softly, warmly, like it knew her. She reached out slowly, her hands trembling. The moment she touched it, a shock ran through her body. She remembered everything. Adia remembered everything. She saw her mother holding her as a baby. She saw the elders dip her into the river. She heard the river whisper, Adia. Tears filled her eyes. That was her name. That had always been her name, Adia said. When she opened her eyes, she was back at the river bank. The sun was rising. Birds were singing. The village was waking up. Adia ran into the square, shouting, My name is Adia. I found it. The villagers stirred. And then something strange happened. One by one, the children began to cry. Not from sadness, but from something deeper. It was their memory. Voices returned to them like a long-lost echo. They remembered who they were. All of them. The spell was broken. That night, the chief held a feast in Adia's honor. She stood before the village, proud and strong. You gave up everything to find yourself, the chief said, and now you've given us back our children. Adia smiled and said, No more secrets, no more blind traditions. We must question what hurts us. The people cheered. The river flowed nearby, singing a new song. And in the sky above, the stars whispered every child's name. And this was remembered forever. Dear friends, we have come to the end of the story. What has the story taught you? What are the morals from the story? For me, knowing your identity is powerful. And one brave voice can bring healing to many. Protection should never come at the cost of selfhood. What are your thoughts, friends? Kindly share at the comment section. Till I come your way again with magical stories. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe as well. Bye-bye.